Because it's a continuation of the last video I did. Now I made a couple more boards since then, so these are not the same boards that I did in the last video, because here's the one I said the red was going to be on the bottom. Well, I put it on top. It was an accident. So make sure you know which ones to put that on here. Let me show you. Let's see, if you're going to put the molds together, the bottom is this side, okay? That side. Alright, so let's get going. Alright, so the first thing I do when you get these guys, you take the binder clips off. That's the first thing. Just take the binder clips off. And then what I do is I take a pencil. And the dark side, see how the dark wood, you don't really see pencil in the dark wood. So I usually try to find the side I can see it in. So I take the pencil and I'll draw a line on here. And this is going to tell you how to cut it. So when you cut it on the bandsaw or grind it down on your sander, this will keep your board straight, okay, so you don't mess up. Because when you take this apart and you don't have any lines and you got to use your eyeball, it's a lot harder. Trust me. Well, I'm sure you guys, if you've done it, you probably go, yeah, he's right. So anyhow, take the binder clips off. And then, I don't know if you guys tried making one yet, but if you don't have binder clips, your sides are not going to be this nice. See how nice that is? Your sides are going to be like wavy, and you know, some little guy said they were wrinkly looking, but that's what happens if you don't put the binder clips on. So red is my lightest color, so I'm going to do this side. So just pencil it in. It's pretty fast, pretty easy. And oh yeah, you know what? I've been using Elmer's glue. I mean wood glue, and wood glue takes 24 hours. So, and you guys, I'm not sure if you guys want to do these fast or slow, but if you're making your own company, you want to do them fast. So I'm thinking maybe you do want to use epoxy. Now there's all kinds of epoxy out there. There's 5 minutes, there's 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes. So whatever you think is good for you is the one you should pick. Okay, I have some 5-minute epoxy. And I'm gonna make another deck before we start cutting them up to show you how to use the 5-minute epoxy, okay? And I also found this. I love JB Weld. Now they have wood JB Weld. Wood JB Weld is I don't know. So I'm gonna have to test the board. I'm gonna have to put this on it. I always gotta test the glue. If I see a new glue, I gotta try it just to see if it's better. Okay, so anyhow, did I draw the line? Did I draw it? Yeah, I did. See, you can barely see it. I can barely see it, but it's there. I know it's there. Okay. So anyways, now you can take them apart. Okay? So take them off, and then they should come off pretty easy. See how easy that came off? Should come off easy. Sometimes they don't because you got a little glue on there. Just pop them off, and then make sure the wherever the glue is, just sand it off. Okay? Just sand it off, just like that. So, just to make sure your mold doesn't have a little bump in it, so when you clamp down on the wood, you'll get that little bump on your wood. So make sure your molds are clean, and just sand them. I mean, they're durable, they're urethane. Usually, stuff will pop off too. Let me see. Where is that little guy? Shoot. Well, anyways. If you want to rub something off on a urethane, like let's say you have got a piece of glue on there, you don't want to take something sharp because you don't want to dig into the urethane, okay? You want to take something a little bit dull, like a scraper. You get a little scraper, I don't have it on me right now, but you take a little metal scraper or a wood scraper or even a, oh I know, you can take even a tongue depressor. Just go like this, and that glue will pop off because it doesn't really want to stick to the urethane. So that's another nice thing about urethane. Glues really don't stick to it. I mean, you can find something that'll stick to it, but usually they don't. So you just take something that doesn't have a sharp edge and just do that, okay? And it can be metal as long as it doesn't have a sharp edge, okay? All right. So anyhow, there's my first one, and there's a little. You see the pencil line on there, so that's perfect. But like I said, I made a bunch of them. I started making a bunch of them. I just said, what the heck, might as well make them. Okay, so I did. Alright, so now here is the new mold. And I forgot to say, no matter what, it'll line up because it has that, see how the, I'm going to call it an arm. That arm lines up on both sides. And if you got any extra glue, It's definitely going to go in that big hole right there, or that big hole. Okay. Now, if you get glue on the top, like I said, hopefully you don't, but it happens. So, and see how it comes apart? That's how you want it to come apart. If it's sticking, it don't matter. Just like I said, just scrape it off if you get glue in there. But see how nice that was? I didn't have to do anything. Boy, see ya. They're nice molds. All of them are nice molds. I use really good urethane. I mean, it's probably the toughest. This is probably the toughest urethane, and that pressure, tear strength, and heat. I mean, this is you know, I've been doing this for a long time. About 15 years I've been molding stuff. You know, I don't just do this stuff. I do a lot of other stuff. But this, you know, I got this stuff because I wanted to do pressure water guns, and this stuff actually works for that. And to put pressure in, you got to have something strong. So this is how I found it. Anyhow, okay. So let's go. Let's move on. Oh, let's do the. Before I do anything, I want to do another. I want to show you how to use epoxy. Okay, so people that don't know how to use epoxy, this is 5-minute epoxy. So you got to go kind of fast when you put your stuff together. Okay, so remember what I said. Set your wood up the way you want to set it up. But I always start off like this, so I don't ever get confused. I know what lap's going on what. Okay, so I go long grain, cross grain, long grain, cross grain, long grain. Okay, and then another thing I didn't tell you: if you don't have a fixture, you probably want to put little lines on the end of your molds, so you know, so you can make sure they line up. But I got a fixture. Okay, so anyhow, you get your and epoxy, unlike wood glue, you know, wood glue you can use your hands. You don't need gloves because you can just wipe them off. Epoxy now you want gloves because this stuff is it's not nice. It kicks fast, and it's I don't know, it's just epoxy. I mean, the ingredients is probably something not good, but anyhow, I'm gonna show you how to use 5 minutes epoxy. Okay. All right. So get your gloves on. These are just these are latex gloves. Okay. I don't know if you guys can get these, but you guys usually a hardware store have these. So you should be able to find them at your local hardware store. If not, I'll probably put some on my website. So I don't know what I charge, but I'll put some on. It'll probably get like 6 or I don't know, 5 gloves. I don't know, but I'll put some on. Okay, now epoxy is messy, sticky, and whatever you put it on, you really want to just throw it away. Okay, so whatever I mix it on, you're gonna throw it away. So I just get a piece of cardboard. Take a piece of cardboard. You got smell. Can I get busted for that? I don't know.
Yeah.
So anyways, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put that right here, and I'm gonna take the epoxy, and what I like to do is I'll make something a little bit bigger than a quarter, a little circle bigger than a quarter, just like that. Okay, then I'll take the other one and make another quarter. And I'll make another little quarter, and I make sure they're kind of equal because there's 50-50. The mixture is 50-50. Now I take you can take whatever, popsicle stick or a tongue depressor, but I usually like breaking the tongue depressor in half. I don't know why, but it's habit probably. But, you know, that's what it should look like. A little bit bigger than a quarter, maybe a 50-cent piece. I don't know. Okay, so you got the wood, you got your gloves, you got the fixture, you got everything else. So now you mix it. Okay, and remember, you got 5 minutes. That's still a long time, but just make sure you mix it, and make sure you mix it good. Okay. Now epoxy. One thing about epoxy is when it dries, it's hard. So I'd have to say epoxy probably makes your boards stronger than wood glue or any other glue, because epoxy it's tough. It's really tough. Okay, so I'm done. So anyways, what you do, you take your finger again, because I like doing the finger, because a brush, I guess you could do it with a brush, but I do it with the fingers because it's faster. I mean, you can go put it on there and make sure you put it on. Don't skimp out a little. I mean, just put it on nice. Don't put too much on, but don't put too little on either. Okay, and then switch to the next one. And then the more you do, the faster you're going to get. Okay? So don't worry about getting done fast. I mean, this is 5 minutes. I have time. I'm just gonna go fast. Oh, let me show you. So anyhow, and hopefully you guys liked the first video. I tried to say everything I could. I think I did anyways, and hopefully this one I'm going to try to do too. This one I'm going to, this might be a couple more, might be 3 or 4, just because I got a lot to go over. And I want to help you guys out and show you how to do everything, okay? And if I miss something, I'll miss something. I'm sure I will, but that's how it goes. Okay, so anyways, you go like that, like that. Get your nice little fixture over here. Put this guy in there. Okay, now what I do, I take these gloves off, okay? Because I don't want to get that epoxy on my mold, because see, last time I did, and I got to scrape that stuff off. But anyways, you get it on there, and you know, it's pretty easy, same way. So just squeeze it, push down everything, squeeze it, and make sure you have paper towel, because you're still going to get epoxy on you, but the less epoxy you get on you, the better. Okay? So anyhow, just get it on there. And it's pretty quick. That's what I like about it anyhow. These molds, oh, jumped out of the thing. Are pretty easy and pretty quick. Okay, so, and epoxy, the same stuff. Say it's glue. Anything you're gluing, you're still going to use the binder clips. Well, I'm going to use the binder clips. It's up to you if you guys want to use the binder clips. I use the binder clips because they're awesome. So here we go. And then now let's see. I got new stuff on the website. You know, I talked about the. I don't know if I talked about the Gator Wax yet, but I got Gator Wax. I'm going to have some sanding blocks. I got the sanding sticks. You know, I got the sanding sticks. Those things are awesome too. I'm going to show you how to use those when I make the fish deck again. And oh, you know what you can do too? If you get extra coming off the sides, just wipe it off. Okay, wipe it off, because there's no reason to keep it on there. They'll get on your. If epoxy gets on, well, you can probably knock it off too. But if it gets, any glue gets on your binder clips, it's going to make them not as tough. Okay. All right. So that's it. Now, I'm going to go ahead and do the JB Weld, but I'll do it by myself so we can get going on this video. Okay, the next thing to do is it's going to be time to cut these things out. Okay, and I'm going to show you how to cut them out, and I'm going to use different methods of cutting them out. And then first thing though, epoxy, gloves, in the garbage. Okay. All right, let's go cut some decks out.